And if anyone's thinking that I'm fooled by Trump's move to defy the WHO, etc., and be the beacon for the world, and because he is cabal, as you all know, Zionist cabal. So there's no resistance coming from that bag of whatever it is. That's part of this scheme as well. So if people are thinking, oh well, Trump's going to defy it, and just wake up, okay? This is the guy that has declared himself the new Messiah. This is Israel's chief puppet. This is the man in debt to Russian Jews. This is the man with a string of failed businesses. This is a man with a string of sexual assaults attached to him. This is a man who grabs women by their pussy. You see? It's one thing to be a pussy and say the word pussy, but just imagine that somebody, you'd gone to a party, right? And afterwards, one of your female friends, or even a male friend, doesn't matter, does it, came up to you and said, that bloke, Don, that you invited, never met him before, yeah? Well, he cornered me in the kitchen and he grabbed me by the groin. And when I pushed him away, he went, you love it. So this man is the one being promoted as the saviour because he's going to defy the WHO. He's going to open up some states to the, it's just nonsense. So I can see the psyop taking place there, and we can all see where this is heading, into the capital of Jerusalem, unicorns and rainbows for all. Everyone's their own gender identity online. In the real world, you'll be Winston. It's going to take a while for this to happen, but I'm in my mid-40s. I fully expect by the time I'm in my 60s and 70s to be in that situation, if I'm forced into it. And this is the thing about the wave of resistance that we are going to see. And of course, this will be in the plan. They will know there will be a wave of resistance. But the kind of resistance that we're going to see, unfortunately, is desperate resistance, hunger resistance. And that's not organised. That's not going to achieve anything. It'll be good TV, and they'll make most of it. And then they'll claim that we did it to ourselves. It's our fault, even though well, by that point, 95% of people will believe it's their fault. They'll be made to feel guilty. You stockpiled, you rioted, you should, and they'll buy it because it's the same as at school. Sit down, you boy, like that Pink Floyd, isn't it? You boy by the bike sheds, and just that's stayed with most people in the back of their mind. The authority without respect, just to simply do and not question, and to learn how to question without being antagonistic. That's the difficult thing, isn't it? People have forgotten that. Well, as an adult, you don't have to. You can just question. You can just stand there and say, no, I want to know. It doesn't half shock people when you say, no, I want to know, because they're not really expecting a follow-up, because they've got everybody's world based on lies. Everybody just lies to each other consistently. Little white lies they think they are. But they've built up now into such a level of fake status, and you wouldn't know. You could look at somebody who's driving around in a 1-year-old BMW, wearing nice clothes, and see them getting up in the morning, going off to work. They look all right then, and they've got their house. You don't know that they've remortgaged 4 times in the past 10 years. You don't know they're maxed out on their credit cards. They're maintaining a status, which is a lie. They're lying to you, effectively lying to you before they've opened their mouth. It's just to keep up with the cabal. So when Trump comes along and plays these cards and people believe him, it's because it's kind of naughty. It's that guy at the back of the classroom, isn't it? I'm not doing that. And everyone kind of sniggers. They'd like to be him, but they wouldn't want to be him. I wouldn't want to be Trump at the moment, regardless of what I think about him. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. So, but he's a puppet, and he's not fooling most of us, I think, with this latest move. The anti-China rhetoric as well that's building up. I don't particularly see that as honest, because without China, the world simply wouldn't have cheap, disposable plastic goods. But then there's a contradictory term there, because I'm hearing the term, what you've got is what you've got. more and more. And it's starting to look like that is the case for a lot of people. Obviously, different parts of the world will be experiencing different things. But what you've got seems to be, at the moment anyway, what you've got. Try and get your car windscreen or something repaired. You can't. So try and get your car MOT'd or ITV'd as it is in this country, well, you can't. So it's just little indicators that, everything is not well. And people like Trump coming out on TV and saying, oh, we're going to defy the WHO. Who are the WHO? Well, they're China and they're Bill Gates and they're, so on one hand, you've got Bill Gates controlling half of what America thinks now, even though the man hasn't got a medical degree and is basically a Satanist, Zionist, occultist prick. And then you've got his buddy Trump, but then you've got his buddy. It's look at it. It's a pantomime. He's behind you. No, he's not. He's on stage, just under the flag of America. Cheers.